Hi there, I'm Laura Mize, pediatric speech-language pathologist, and thank you for joining me for TeachMeToTalk.com's Therapy Tip of the Week. I hope that you've been watching over the last several weeks as I've been introducing various blocks and block toys that you can use with toddlers and very young preschoolers as we target their language goals, their social goals, and whatever else we're working on with them in therapy. Today is the last installment in that series, and the final toy that we're going to be talking about is this one. It's a music toy and it's made by Neurosmith, and it certainly goes in the oldies but goodies category. I've had it for a long time. There are some newer versions available, and if you can find that, that's great, but I love this one. And if you can snag this one up from eBay or Goodwill or a consignment store, be sure to get it because you're going to be able to do lots and lots of things with it, and I'm going to explain that as we go today. Now, this toy is particularly fantastic for babies and toddlers who are functioning in that infancy range, down 6 to 9 months, maybe up to 12 months. Cognitively, it works for us in this developmental phase because we are teaching cause and effect with a really big cause caused by a really pretty simple motion to activate. What kids need to do for this toy is either push the button to get the music to go or put the block in to hear the music. So a pretty simple motor movement is required to activate this toy. It's also great for sequencing because, again, the child has to put the block in and either push the block. Oh, my toy is well loved. It may not work perfectly today. Push the block or push the button to hear the music. And again, I just love that because kids also get that simple problem solving practice with this because sometimes they'll anticipate that the music will start when they put the block in and they may have to push it a couple of times. So super way to target that. Communicatively, if we're moving on to talk about language, what I try to get here is just that earliest phase of imitation. So when we're hearing the music, I'm really modeling dancing and seeing if I can get a child to imitate that with me. I might clap to the music. I might hold my hands up and wave or, do a little motion like that. Anything that I can do to get that early body imitation. That's where we want to start with kids like this. We can also get some early object imitation, which is actually probably the first goal you should target. You can do some banging blocks. You certainly are modeling the simple things that we talked about, like pushing the button or pushing the block. Of course, we're going to continue to model the word block and hope for that approximation of that really simple word. This toy is super engaging, particularly with children with more global delays. It may also work for toddlers who are a little older and a little higher functioning, but who have those peaked visual skills, meaning that they really want to see the flashing lights, or maybe for children who really like music and like that auditory component. It's also great for fine motor practice, as I'm sure some of you have already thought about, and our children with the most significant motor challenges can certainly benefit from the practice of having to get the block in the particular hole. Now, I love this toy for all of those reasons because we can work on lots and lots of developmental skills. But let me just caution you, don't expect a typically developing 2-year-old to play with this toy for very long. Why is that? Because it's really designed for babies who are younger and who are in those earliest developmental phases. So make sure that you are matching your materials to your little client and meeting your client where he is instead of having him do something that he may be well beyond. What happens when children are bored with what we want them to do? They leave us. They use the toys in ways that aren't appropriate. They might throw. They might use the block as a weapon against you because you were trying to get them to do something that's not interesting to them. So make sure that you're matching toys and activities with the specific developmental level for your child. Now, if you need some more help with that, I have a great book that I want to tell you about. It's my book, Teach Me to Talk, the Therapy Manual. You can find so much information about setting goals, and again, social goals, cognitive goals, receptive language goals, and expressive language goals from under 12 months developmentally, like we talked about today, all the way through the developmental age of 48 months or 4. So please check that out for additional ideas. That's all for today. I'm Laura Mize, pediatric speech language pathologist, and thanks so much for watching TeachMeToTalk.com's Therapy Tip of the Week.